No, I do not have a course to sell you. Yes, I'm going to give you the easiest and fastest way to make $100 to $200 a day online, remotely, by yourself, with little to no work, or as little to no work as possible. Now, if you can't watch a quick 9-minute video in full on how to do this, then you don't stand a chance. This stuff is not going to make you a millionaire. It's not going to make you tens of millions of dollars, but what it will do is give you basic financial freedom where you're in control of your income and you can fire your boss. So let's get into it. In order for you to get started and start making $100, $200, $300 a day online remotely as soon as possible requires you to learn 3 skills, typically. We need to know how to set appointments. An appointment is basically getting a call on a calendar to conduct a sales call. We need to know how to do sales calls, and we also need to know how to deliver results. The business in question here is a service-based business where you're delivering a service for a business, okay? And in order for you to make money with a service-based business, you need to know how to get appointments with businesses so you can sell them. And once you've sold them, you need to know how to deliver results. But here's the cool thing, is we're not going to do this in a traditional way. I'm going to show you a secret that makes you rich and helps you make money in literally half, if not 2/3 of the time, okay? What we do is we start an appointment setting service business. And what this allows us to do is we remove the need to learn any service delivery. Because if we think here that we have to learn delivery, let's say that you're running a recruiting business or a marketing business or an SEO or a web design thing or a graphic design business or any sort of service that you could offer, video editing service. If we just start an appointment setting business, we don't need to learn to deliver results because we already learn how to do this by having to set our own appointments. And so what you can do here is, in order for you to start making money with this thing, you only need to learn 2 things. 1, how to schedule appointments with a cold appointment, and 2, how to get sales calls and how to conduct these sales calls. And what this does is it drastically compresses the time in which you can make this work and get rich. And you can learn this all on YouTube probably within 1 to 2 weeks. There are hundreds and hundreds of videos on how to conduct high-ticket sales calls and how to book appointments on YouTube. You can learn it all for free in probably about 2 to 3 weeks if you look hard enough. Now, here's the cool thing about this. What you need to do once you've decided to do this model is you pick a niche. And this niche needs to be B2B, which basically means business to business. So a niche is a collection of people that have affinity, so like doctors or surgeons or dentists or gyms or anything like that. But the important thing is the niche that you work with needs to serve businesses. So for example, maybe you work for marketing agencies, or maybe you work for business consultants, or maybe you work for corporate financial advisors or any other niche that works B2B. Then what you do is you pick the niche. It has to be B2B. And then you decide what's the easiest way to contact this niche? Is it call, is it DM, or is it email? So we're going to use one of 3 methods to book our own appointments. But here's the kicker. When you pick your niche, this B2B niche, what you need to do is you need to make sure that your niche is contactable by one of these 3 methods. So for example, if it was real estate, let's say it's commercial real estate businesses that do commercial real estate contracts, right? And you can find their phone numbers easily. Then you'd use cold calls. But let's say that you were working with dentists, and we all know that if you try to call a dentist, you go to a receptionist, so maybe you'd use email instead. But here's the key thing. The niche is niche, so the niche that the niche serves, because every niche has a niche, right? The niche is niche, needs to be contactable by the same platform or the same method that you would contact the niche. So let me give you an example here for a second. So let's say that you picked the niche of marketing agencies and you wanted to work with marketing agencies. They serve B2B companies. So let's say that your niche for a second here was marketing, and you're working with marketing agencies helping them with appointments. What you would do is you would help marketing agencies that work in the B2B space that can be cold called. So what this means is that for you to set appointments for yourself to close deals and make money, you are cold calling marketing agencies. But once you cold call the marketing agency and say, hello, Mr. Marketing Agency, I would like to set appointments for you. Please pay me per appointment. And that's that. And then the marketing agency says, okay, I'll pay you per appointment that you generate. I want you to go and find me gyms, right? Because I want to do marketing for gyms. What you then do is you pick the phone back up and you start calling gyms. And this way, your business is limited to just one easy skill. We don't have to learn all 3 different platforms to get the appointments. We just learn one. Same thing would apply. Let's say that you picked the niche of online fitness coaches. Okay. Now, one thing we all know about online fitness coaches, and we're all probably sick of seeing them, is they all have Instagram. So maybe what you do is you contact them through Instagram and say, I can help you get clients, pay me per appointment. And what you do is you would target online fitness coaches who are niched down into, say, professional services, professionals, or, mums or something. And then what you do is you'd find that all of these professional service people and mothers can be contacted via DM on LinkedIn or Instagram or TikTok or whatever. And so what you then do is you'd start trying to set the appointments using the same skill. So here's what I would do. I would call businesses and I would call them up and I would say, hello, I want to set appointments for you, qualified, ready to buy appointments, and I want you to pay me per appointment. And what you're going to do is you're going to charge them between $100 to $200 per call, okay? Because anything less than this in the niche is probably not viable. Trust me, most companies that serve B2B contracts will happily pay $100 to $200 per call that's qualified that shows up, okay? So I would call up, let's say, a business consultant and say, hey, I'll set appointments for you. He'll say, okay, I would like to buy 10 appointments this month. So, he gives you $1,000 or $2,000. You go and you set the appointments. Or he pays you at the end of every week, right? Once you put the appointments in. And all you do is once you've got the contract with the business, is you start calling up the people that he wants you to contact. So let's say it was a business consultant that worked specifically in the agricultural industry with businesses that serve farms, right? Well, you'd go and find their phone numbers and you'd call them up and you'd say, hey, I work for a consultant who helps, farming companies do this, and this with this benefit, and that benefit. I'd love to put you in touch with him. Are you available on Monday at 6 p.m.? And then, the company says, yeah, sure, we could actually do with that and that would be helpful. And then you schedule the appointment in and then you get paid. It is that simple. You don't have to learn any special service delivery. You don't have to learn ads. You don't have to learn any skill. Your appointment settings ability becomes your delivery. And this creates this flywheel where, you get every time that you book an appointment for yourself or for your clients, you get better and better. And so what basically happens is your acquisition becomes your delivery. And the better you get at getting your own clients, the better you get at getting your clients' clients, which means the better you get at getting your own clients. And we create this wonderful sort of feedback loop here where this thing just flywheels round and round and round. And before you know it, you're going to be making 6 figures. Because if you've got one client and they're paying you $100 or $200 per call, then you only need to get them 1 to 2 appointments a day in order for you to make a full-time income remotely online. And trust me, this is not a hard thing to do. I know you might be a little confused right now about how do I set appointments and what's the process for it and stuff. It really is not tough. Like I said, you pick a niche, like a business niche, where you can contact your niche and you can contact the niche's niche using the same method, which will be email, cold call, or cold DM. And the method is dependent upon contact availability. So if phone numbers are easy to find, it's going to be cold calling. If emails are easy to find, owner emails are easy to find, it's going to be email. And if social accounts are easy to find, it's going to be a DM system, right? You pick a niche, and then all you do is you go to YouTube, and you basically search how to get appointments for, and then, for the gym niche or for the whatever niche you pick. And you learn how to do your skill. So it's going to be cold calling, cold DMing, or cold emailing. And each of those 3 methods have literally hundreds of videos. You'll find some of my old videos on how to do them. You watch every video you can get your hands on. You build a little system. You use your knowledge to create the system. It's not going to be perfect first time around. And then you go and do it. And then you use the same platform to get your own clients that you do to get your clients' clients, if that makes sense. And then all you're doing all day, every day, your life is basically just booking appointments. And it's a very easy sell. You need to learn how to sell, and you can learn that on YouTube as well. But that's a very easy sell because you're calling up these businesses and saying, look, I just want to set you appointments. You pay me per qualified appointment I book in that shows up. It's going to be $150 per call, and I reckon I can probably get you 1 or 2 a day. You pay me once the appointment's booked. How does that sound? And then what you do at the end of every week is you just invoice your clients. So you get your client's card on file, credit card on file, or a direct debit or something. And then at the end of every week, you just charge them. It's like, hey man, okay, well, I've generated you 7 appointments this week. I'm going to charge your card $700. And this is how you literally, like, you can make $100-200 a day working like maybe 4 or 5 hours a day, if that. Really, it can be a bit boring and a bit mundane and monotonous, but it's financial freedom and it works. And I know it works because this is A, what I've taught a lot of people to do. B, I've kind of almost done it myself. And C, like, it's not as complicated as you might think. Making this whole making money online thing, it's complicated when you have to learn how to deliver. That thing sucks. But when your acquisition becomes your delivery and you can merge those skill sets into one, you get this cyclone of just winning. Okay, so that's how you do it.